We'll have an update on our scoreboard coming up in a few minutes here. Meanwhile, head coach Sean Miller has joined us here courtside. Time for Truly in the Sean Miller postgame interview, brought to you exclusively by Truly Nolan Pest Control, a proud sponsor of the University of Arizona. Truly Nolan, call or click at 1-800-GO-TRULY or trulynolan.com to get Truly today. Heart-stopping, Coach. Getting used to this? Congratulations. Great win.
Yeah, thank you. You know, I thought our crowd, you know, especially during the last 12 minutes, you know, people say our team doesn't give up, but there are a lot of crowds that when you get down like we were, that some people leave the game and, you know, the other people were disenchanted with the fact we're going to lose a home game and they kind of give up on the game. And one of the great things about McHale crowd is that it's a crowd that stays all the way to the finish. And, you know, our team reflects that, and that obviously that's something we do well. And you at least give yourself a chance. You know, I also want to say there's some good fortune in all this. A year ago, we were on the wrong end of good fortune many times. I don't know if it ever really bounced our way, including 2 games against Colorado that they were able to win at the very end. But I give Colorado a lot of credit. If we would have lost tonight, it wasn't about us. It was about playing against a team that they made 10 threes. They had a number of guys step up and make big shots at the end of the clock. I thought their 2 freshmen were outstanding. Josh Scott had 15 points and 5 rebounds, and Xavier Johnson was also very good, 13 points and 6 rebounds. And, you know, somebody like Chen made threes when normally he doesn't. But that happens in conference play, and when you're a good team like Colorado, you can play well on the road like that, and we were very, very fortunate to leave this game with the victory. If we would have lost or we won, I told the team the same. We're very proud of the effort that we gave all the way to the end. We did not play well. A lot of it had to do with Colorado's defense, but until we start being more patient on offense, sharing the ball, screening, as the season progresses, you aren't able to make as many individual plays on offense. It has to come off of screens and sometimes the 7th pass on the possession, not the first 4. And we've been spoiled through the first 12 games. We've scored a lot through the first 4 passes of each possession. And tonight, Colorado's an excellent defensive team. They defended us very well, which all of a sudden we turned the ball over or took bad shots. We forced the issue. And that's the lesson to be learned, whether we won or not, because if we keep playing that way from this point forward, it's going to look bad at times. I looked at our offense tonight. At the end of the day, we rallied late, but we shot 43%, you know, 34%. The one thing we did do is we made our free throws and got to the line. But when you're playing against an outstanding defensive team now in January, we as a team have to adjust and I think share the ball, move the ball, be able to get the ball inside and do some things that we've been working on, but it now has to start clicking in.
All right, your team has been in games like this already this season. Florida, San Diego State, even Southern Miss rallying from behind. How important or how much did that experience help your team in the second half, down by double digits and keeping their heads up and knowing that they had a chance to come back and win?
Well, we believe in ourselves, certainly. You know, when you go to the Diamond Head Classic and you play 3 games like we did and you're in a thrilling game against San Diego State with a lot at stake and you win, that builds confidence. When you're here against Florida and you're down late in the game, that builds confidence. But, you know, Brian, you still have to make plays. You have to make shots. You have to get stops. You have to make big steals. And we have guys on our team that do that. And, you know, the one guy who deserves a lot of credit and he has to take care of himself here tonight. He cramped up late in the game. Is, you know, Kevin Parham. He's outstanding. He's hard for us to keep off the floor right now. And, you know, I look at him. He played 34 minutes, 16 points, 8 rebounds. And really, to me, he was the one guy who played an excellent game from start to finish. Even in the first half, he was playing his game. And it's great to see.
How about your team's ability to out-rebound Colorado tonight, in particular holding the Buffaloes to 6 offensive rebounds and limiting their second chance opportunities?
We did do that well. At times maybe it didn't feel that way as we started to play small, and that's the thing about playing small. Sometimes it looks better than the results. Some of the shots they score close to the basket or some of the offensive rebounds they start to get, they all of a sudden have the height advantage. Whereas when we're playing our big lineup, that's something that we usually negate. But there's a delicate balance right now with us. Sometimes when we go small, we really get on a spurt. We look better, we match up better, and then obviously we're continuing to develop big picture, so we're playing a big 4 and a big 5 more often, because I think that at the end is going to be our best team.
Well, when your team got back within, we got it down to single digits, into that last minute of play, again, I reflect back to the Florida game earlier where it was a similar situation late. Any similarities in the way you guys were able to get it back and tied up there?
It was. We did a good job in our press. As a matter of fact, we actually, I don't want to say gave them, but we had 2 fouls that we weren't trying to commit before the ball was ever entered. And we also fouled their best free throw shooter, and I believe he went 4 for 4, 3 for 4, 5 for 6. We don't want to foul before the ball is in. We want to make them earn it. Now, once we got through that period of time, and, there was a huge call right here in front of our bench that didn't go our way, where I thought they fell down and we got the foul called on us. But, at the end, Brian, there's some good fortune, like we said. I would be foolish not to say, hey, we knew we were going to win the whole time. But between our crowd and us playing all the way to the final buzzer, and a number of guys able to make big plays under pressure, it gives us a chance, and that's why it's hard to beat us in McHale, and hopefully we can rebound from this, learn a lot of the lessons we need to, and be ready against Utah, because we're going to need our crowd against Utah way more than people realize, because Utah is much improved. They took us to the brink last year. They had a great game against Arizona State. They have an additional day rest. Like they played yesterday, we played today. And they have, like I said, a team that's capable to beat any team in our league. So we're going to need to get away from this and hopefully be able to get a home sweep with a victory over Utah on Saturday.
All right, one last thing. I don't know how many minutes went by as the officials took a look at the replay there of Sabatino Chin's shot at the end of regulation. I mean, what's going through your mind out there, because you don't know what the final result's going to be from that?
I was good with either result. Obviously, I really want to win, no more than maybe anybody in the building, or at least it's a tie. But Colorado outplayed us for most of that game, and they're an excellent team. And if that ball would have gone in, sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. But because it banked, I felt like, knowing that he didn't call the bank, that the basketball gods kind of weigh in on something like that, and it went to the right team.
Congratulations,
Thank
Coach.
you.
See you Saturday. Head Coach Sean Miller here courtside at McHale Center, where the Wildcats beat the Buffaloes in overtime 92-83. And the coach brought to you by Truly Nolan Pest Control. Get Truly today.